day, everyone. You are welcome to this week's Business and Investment Tips program, a production of Christ Church Radio. My name is Ayodeji Ebo, an investment professional. This week, the focus is on the stoppage of foreign exchange sales to bureau de change operators. The Monetary Policy Committee, the highest making body of the CBN, met last week and after an assessment of the economy, chose to retain current interest rates and other key policy decisions. However, the CBN announced some significant updates in the FX market. 1. Stopped the sale of FX to BDC operators. This was introduced and reversed in 2016. 2. The CBN will no longer process BDC license to operators. 3. The weekly allocation meant for BDCs to be moved to the commercial banks. 4. All commercial banks with immediate effect create a dedicated teller in specific branches for sale of FX. 5. Report to the CBN if you are unable to get retail FX from your bank through a toll-free number 070-022-55226 or email cbd@cbn.gov.ng. What is a BDC? The CBN defines a BDC as a company that is licensed to carry on small-scale foreign exchange business in Nigeria and whose sole object is the carrying on of such business on a standalone basis. Hence, BDCs are foreign exchange dealers who source FX from the CBN to sell to individuals for personal travel allowance, business travel allowance, medical and school fees. The BDCs have other sources of FX besides the weekly supply from the CBN. These include FX remittances and inflows from independent sources. As a result, the BDCs will continue to operate. The number of BDCs have increased from 94 in the last 15 years to over 5,000 in 2021, and each receiving an average of $20,000 weekly, translating to an aggregate of $110 million to the BDCs per week. Policy implications. 1. The announcement led to a significant spike in the exchange rate at the parallel market FX segment to 525 naira to a dollar on Wednesday from 505 naira to a dollar the previous day, but settled at 515 naira to a dollar on Friday. While we expect further appreciation in the short term, we may see an increase in the rate in the medium to long term if FX supply to the banks is not sustained. 2. A major increase in the rate at the parallel market will directly impact the prices of goods and services. This will invariably lead to a higher inflation rate, eroding your purchasing power and lead to more hardship for Nigerians. 3. If this policy on the stoppage of FX supply to the BDCs is sustained for long, we may see a significant drop in the number of active BDCs, as many of these companies cannot survive without the CBN supply due to the huge arbitrage opportunity they enjoy. 4. We expect to see an increase in banks' income from FX transactions, which is positive for their earnings. The success of this policy would be premised on some of the following. 1. Increase in FX supply to the banks to meet legitimate demand. 2. Efficient payment to customers by the banks. We expect the banks to leverage technology to drive this policy, especially if it involves transfers and not cash transactions. 3. Review upwards monthly FX limits on Naira debit cards to reduce dependence on the parallel market. 4. Over time, increase limits for PTA, which is currently a maximum of $4,000 per quarter, BTA, currently a maximum of $5,000 per quarter, and school fees, maximum of $15,000 per term or semester, to reduce pressure in the parallel market. 5. Increase in public awareness by the CBN and the banks. 6. Review of the ineligible list to reduce demand in the parallel market. We have emphasized in our past episode that you should consider investing in dollar-denominated assets, especially dollar mutual funds, to hedge against any currency devaluation or depreciation. Kindly listen to our episode on investing in dollar-denominated assets on our YouTube channel to explore this opportunity. Overall, we expect further devaluation in the exchange rate at the investors and exporters window, which is the official market, before the end of the year due to the low foreign portfolio inflow in 2021. However, we anticipate an appreciation at the parallel market if the CBN sustains FX supply to the economy. Thank you for listening. Please join us same time next week for another exciting and interesting session. For comments and feedback, kindly forward to ccradio@rccgchristchurch.org or send SMS to 070-8246-3747. Stay blessed.